Hello and welcome to the Break It Down Brown Daily Business Breakdown. I'm your host, Jamar Brown. I'm also the founder of the Selling in Color Sales and Communication Training System. Today I want to break down the following statement. 4 things everyone should know about your business. Once again, 4 things everyone should know about your business. And recently I was hired to be the keynote speaker at an event called the Big Network Marketing Event. And it was a gathering of current entrepreneurs, people that are thinking about becoming entrepreneurs, as well as multi-level marketing professionals. And so it was really individuals that are making a transition from, being employed to becoming independent or an entrepreneur or expanding their multi-level marketing business. And they're going through that transition that many of us have thought about, or we may be in the process of doing, or we may have already done. And one of the biggest challenges that we all face when we make that transition is how do we, as quickly as possible, increase our sales? How do we grow our warm market? How do we get our product or service out there? And usually the first thing that gets looked at is our marketing efforts, our website, our branding, our collateral material, the verbiage that we use for our products, our services. And that is critically important. But then I had the group go through an exercise, which I'm going to take you through in just a second, which really helps you to get centered on how can you very quickly grow and expand your market using an untapped, incredible resource that we all have, and those are the people that are currently in our network. And let me explain exactly what that means. I asked the audience this question, and I'll ask you to do the same. I want you to think about every single person that you know, that you've come across in your life. And if you don't want to go back to your childhood, then just go back maybe to the past 5 or 10 years of your life. And I want you to answer this question. What percent of those individuals know the answer to a question I'm going to pose to you in a second? But first, let's try and identify what is the rough number of people that we all know. I want you to think about everyone that is in your LinkedIn network. How many hundreds or thousands of people are in that network? How many people do you have in your phone contacts that you've at one point or another contacted them through a live conversation or through a text message? How many people are in your Facebook world? How many people are in your Twitter world? How many people have you exchanged any type of communication with, and there's some way that you keep in contact, whether it's Twitter or any other social media platform? So think about how many people that is, and that number could be a few thousand, or it could be 10, 20,000. And it doesn't matter what the number is. Just sort of take a second and think, what is your number? How many people do you know? And I think what we'll all realize is that we know a whole lot of people. But here's the question I want you to ask yourself as you think about the individuals that you have interacted with over the course of your professional life. What percent of them know the answer to this question? Number 1, what you do now. Not what you used to do, but what you do now. Number 2, why you do what you do now. Once again, why you do what you do now. Number 3, how they can help you now. How they can help you now. And number 4, how you can help them now. How you can help them now. And take a second and think, what percent of all the people that you know the answer to those 4 questions? And that was a pregnant pause, because for most people, it is very, very few. It's probably less than 5 or 10%. And here's why that is significantly important, because if we know, let's say 10,000 people, but only 5 or 10% of them, 500 to 1,000, know the answer to those 4 questions, then that is upwards of 9,000 to 8,500 people that have had some interaction with us that we can go to right now and share these 4 things with them, and we can instantly grow our market, instantly increase our sales, instantly get connected to other people, because these are people, for the most part, that have had some interaction with you, and they know you, they respect you, they have a good vibe from past experiences. And instead of going outside of that sphere of influence and going after targets and resources and people that we don't know, that have never heard of us, we can go after and re-engage with the people that we already know. Now, obviously, some of those people are people that are purely just acquaintances that, may not even remember us. And some of those people you may have had a bad interaction with. So let's carve out, 20 to 30% of those individuals. So if you have 10,000 people, and let's say 20 to 30% are individuals that you may not feel comfortable reaching out to for whatever reason, then that still leaves roughly 7,000 people in your circle of influence that you can communicate with and engage with them. Now, let me talk to you about the importance of those 4 questions when you are thinking about your potentially warm market. The reason why the first question is important, which is what you do now, is because a lot of people know what you used to do. They know what you used to be. I've changed jobs and changed careers and done different things over the years. For example, I wrote a sales and communication training manual called Selling in Color last year, and I'm actively going out there and trying to help small to mid-sized businesses increase their sales through incorporating my sales system. Well, that didn't exist prior to last summer. So how many people in my world don't even know that I have written that manual? And the same thing goes for you. They know where you used to work, what you used to do, but we all know our careers change, our careers evolve, right? We create different products or services. We get involved in different businesses. And so people sometimes don't even know what you do now. So if you literally just let people know what you do now, you would be amazed at how many people can get engaged with you and get connected with you and can even help you move everything forward simply by knowing what you do now. But sometimes we are hesitant to let people what we do because we have an issue with self-promotion. And we'll talk about that in a second. But the bottom line is, think about how many people you can let know what you do now and how significant that would be for your business. The second question is why you do what you do now. Now, why is that important in terms of why you do what you do now? And the word why is important for 2 reasons. Because, number one, as you make the transition from what you used to do to what you're currently doing, it can be very challenging. It can be scary. It can be frustrating. It can make you nervous or even be nerve-wracking. And so if you don't have a big enough purpose and a big enough reason, and you're not staying connected to that each and every single day, then you can very easily fall into the trap of being very quiet about your business, being very quiet about what you do, or not wanting to share it. But if your purpose is big enough and your reason for making that transition is big enough, then you will constantly get on the rooftop and shout out to the world what you're doing because you have a big purpose for why you are doing it. That purpose could be leaving a legacy for your family or for your child. That purpose could be the fact that you got through something extremely difficult in your life and you created a book or you created something that can help other people get through it. And you know the pain of not addressing that thing in your life and the pleasure and the joy you experienced when you got over it, and you want to share that with other people. That is a big enough why that can help you to continue to let people know what you do and why you do it. The second reason why that is important is because people can connect with your why and get even more inspired and engaged with you. Because sometimes you may say, I used to work for a company, but now I am doing my own business. And people are by nature emotional creatures. And if they can connect with your purpose, you can attach your purpose to the product or service you are talking to them about, they are more likely to engage with you. Now, is that with everybody? No. But the bottom line is, if they don't even know why you're doing it, then it could just be their thought process of thinking, you know what, this is just something else that Jamar is doing, and, it sounds nice, but I'm not really connected to it. However, if you say you're doing it because you're trying to leave a legacy for your family or for your child, or you want to make a difference in the world, whatever your why is, then that's something everybody can understand and relate to. Now, are they all going to react to it? Maybe not. But the bottom line is they are more likely to engage with you to get behind your idea or your product if they know exactly why you are doing it. The third question is how they can help you now. How they can help you now. Think about all the people that you've known over the years and all the people that have helped you when you were doing something else, when you were working for a company, when you had a different idea 15 years ago. Because there's so many people, I believe, that truly do want to see other people succeed. They want to see people fare well. They want to see people grow and evolve and develop. But sometimes they don't know how they can help you because you haven't told them what you do, why you do, and you haven't been clear on how they can help you. And it's critically important to do that because people like clarity. They like very specific information. And if you aren't sharing it, number one, they can't help you because they have no idea what you're doing. And number two, if you're all over the board and you're wishy-washy about what you do and all these types of things, then they can't be clear on how they can help you because you haven't made it clear in their mind how they can help you. For example, when I talk about my Selling in Color sales and communication training system, I'm very clear on why I do it. I'm very clear on what it is that I do with it. And I'm very clear on helping people to understand how they can help me. And the key thing is to look at their business or their life and try to look at ways that they can help me, which is seamless to what they are already doing. For example, if they're already working with small businesses through their own business, then it's very easy for them to then say, I would like you to meet Jamar Brown and discuss his sales and communication training system, Selling in Color, because they're already in that market. But if I don't tell them what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, then it's not clear in their mind how they can help me. And so many doors have opened up for me and others that I've taught this concept to simply by letting people know how they can help you. And the fourth one, which I think is equally as important, if not more important than the other three questions, is how you can help them now. Because your life has changed. You have evolved. You have more knowledge. You have more skills. You have more experience. And the thing about it is now it's time to give that away. It's time to help as many people as possible through your own ability in terms of where you are now. Because your ability to help people today is far greater than it was yesterday because you've learned, you've grown, you've experienced, and now you have a even richer treasure trove of knowledge to share with other people. And so how that looks is, let's say you go to a networking event, and most people are there to get something, right? To hand out their business cards because they want to get business. I want you to be that person in the room that you are there to give something. You are there to help as many people as possible. And your goal, when that meeting is over, is to be able to look in the mirror and say, I know about so many more businesses today than I did before I walked into that meeting. I have literally understood and I'm clear on how many people I can help that I met today at the meeting because I engaged with them, because I learned, and because I am committed to helping them. And the way that the law works in this world, and it's the law of nature, it's the law of reciprocation, and that is the more people that you help, the more people that you make a difference in their life, the better your business is, the better your life is. Now, I'm not saying that you do things in terms of helping other people because you want to get something in return. I'm not saying that because that defeats the law. But what I am saying is that the bottom line is that is exactly what happens. The more people that you help, the better it is for you. That's just the way it works. So be very clear on how you can help them now and then act on it. Do something about it. Help them. So let's go back full circle and recap. So those are the four things everyone should know about your business. Once again, what you do now. Number 2, why you do what you do now. Number 3, how they can help you now. And number 4, how you can help them now. Thanks for breaking it down today. If you'd like more information, please visit sellingincolor.com. Once again, that's sellingincolor.com. entrepreneurial.com. This has been Jamar Brown, host of the Break It Down Brown Show. Thank you very much.